So if you haven't been watching the show Severance, I suggest you start watching because this one is interesting. It currently has like a 96% ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think it definitely deserves more because this is a really good show with a very unique premise, and I've never really seen anything like it. So basically the whole gist of the show is that these individuals or employees at this specific business or whatever, they decided to undergo some type of surgery to basically sever or divide their memories between their personal life and their work life. So it's separate. They have no interaction between the two. They're basically like two separate people, two different minds, if that makes sense. They have no recollection once they go to work of what they did or who they are outside of work, and vice versa. I just think that idea is just so fascinating to think about, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of employers would probably really appreciate that, because they're like, oh, I don't have to worry about you dragging all of your personal business into work and bringing all your drama and all that. I need you to cut those ties, keep it professional. So in this show, it's like you're pretty much like forced to keep it professional because you don't really have any recollection of who you are outside of work. So we follow the stories in season 1 of 4 main employees at this particular institution: Mark, Dylan, Irving, and Hilly. So Hilly is kind of like the newest member, and then Mark ends up being promoted in the very first episode because one of their co-workers ended up leaving. He ends up taking that job, but now we see that Hilly is the newcomer. She's coming in to pretty much, I guess, kind of replace Mark in that other position. So Milchick is kind of like the enforcer, the guy who keeps everybody in check for Miss Cobell, who is above him. It gets really fascinating towards like the middle and end of the story, because now you see that even though they did decide on their own accord to get this surgery to cut all ties between their personal and work lives, now it's like they're kind of regretting it because they want to know more about who they are, because it's almost like they're having this like mini identity crisis, especially for Hilly, since she's just trying to get used to it. And on top of that, they're not accepting resignations. They're telling these employees like, hey, once you're in, you can never get out, basically. And it's just like, okay. So yeah, it's a very interesting storyline, considering that you made the decision, but now it's like you're being held hostage by your own self, but not really, you know? It's just really like a mind-boggling situation, honestly, that they found themselves in.